Hello everybody, and welcome to more of my Back to School special. As always, this is your host, Gunsage, and today we are playing Magical Diary. Yes, you heard that right. We are going to play a visual novel for my special. Because hey, why not? I can think of a million reasons, but we're going to do it anyway. Come on, let's go. Really? Mary Sue. Okay. Let's see. No, not skip mode. Gania Sagia. There we go. And let's just randomize a couple of times. That's fine. That's fine. Where's... Oh, there's the done button. Okay. It all started about 3 years ago on my 13th birthday. I was playing tag in the back garden with my friends, but when I tried to jump out of the way of the girl who was chasing me, I jumped so high that I flew all the way over the hedge. At first I couldn't believe it was real. No one else could either. Within a few minutes they'd all convinced themselves that nothing unusual had happened. Then the next day, a strange old woman showed up at my doorstep to offer me the choice for my future. And now here I am, 16 and on my way to Iris Academy, an actual school for magic. The school lies in a hidden valley in the Green Mountains, about 150 miles from my home in New Hampshire. My parents drove me out here, but we've already said our goodbyes. I asked them to drop me off at the outskirts of the school grounds so I could walk the rest of the way on my own. I knew Dad would cry and make a fuss over me before letting me go, and I didn't want my new classmates to see me for the first time looking like that. Actually, I'm surprised Dad agreed. He's always been a little overprotective. Maybe he's finally recognizing that I'm not a little kid anymore. Anyway, it means I have to carry all my own suitcases, which contain all that I have to my name for the next 9 months. Not many clothes, because we'll be wearing school uniforms all the time, but I have some books, pictures of my friends and family, and decorations for my new room. There it is, up ahead. The campus looks more like a posh boarding school than a home for wizards and witches. Pretty buildings, lots of trees and wide open spaces. Summer is still lingering here, the leaves haven't yet started to turn. I walked a little faster, feeling slightly too warm in this long robe and cape. Flower beds and arches stretch all around me. So many doors and windows, and they all look the same. There are 3 residential halls for girls and 3 for boys. I've been accepted to Horse Hall, which is for adventurous girls, whatever that means. The other 2 girl halls are Butterflies, who are probably girly girls, and the Snakes. I'm not sure who would want to be a snake. I'd much rather be a horse. Unfortunately, I'm not sure exactly where Horse Hall is. I have a letter about freshman orientation. Where did I put it? I looked down at my suitcases while I walked, trying to remember which pocket I stuck the letter into, when suddenly I bump into someone. Oh, sorry! He's an older man in school robes with no hall symbol on them, which means he's probably a professor. This is not a good first impression. Sorry, sir. A new student, I see. What might your name be? He has a lovely voice, dark and rich, with a refined British accent, and he doesn't seem to be too angry with me. I relax a little. Gania Sagia, sir. Jesus. I realize how stupid that sounds. I just got here, and I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be. My voice trails off as he sees he's no longer looking at me. Instead, he's paging through the large book he was carrying. Miss Sagia, is it? Wild seed, how unsurprising. Wild? More than likely, a complete waste of my time. You have no idea how much you have been given, and you will throw it all away. He scribbles something into the book, then slams it shut. 10 demerits, not a promising start. Yep, right there. Pay more attention to your studies than you do when you're walking, Miss Sagia, or you'll be expelled from this academy before the new year. With a snap of his wrist, he wraps his cape around him and stalks away. I haven't even started school yet, and already one of my teachers hates me! After a bit of looking around, I found a way into the girls' dormitories and located my hall. There are 9 doors in this hall, and only one of them is labeled bathroom. Each bathroom has at least 2 girls in it, and I hope that's a big bathroom. My own letter informed me that I would have 2 roommates, but didn't tell me their names or anything else about them. I haven't seen anyone wearing a horse insignia. All I can do is find my room and wait for them to show up. Here it is, room 3. I opened the door and pick up my suitcases. Walking inside, I found a fairly ordinary-looking bathroom. No skulls or drippy candles or blacklight posters on the walls, no incense or crystals anywhere, unless they just haven't had time to unpack yet. A girl who's been sitting on one of the beds stands up. Hello? You're a horse! I didn't mean that the way it sounded. Hi, I'm Gania. Are you my roommate? One of them. I'm Ellen. That's Virginia's bed, but she went out to talk to somebody. Nice to meet you. Where are you from? Virginia. The state, I mean. I'm not sure where Virginia the girl is from. I tilt my head. You don't have much of a southern accent. It's not that far south, and my family wasn't from there. What about you? New Hampshire, not too far from here. Are all those books yours? Yeah. There aren't any computers here, so I brought my old encyclopedias. And those are textbooks for the classes I would be taking this year at my other school if I hadn't left. You must be a really good student. Not really. I probably won't even open them. But I didn't know what I'd need, and I didn't want to need something and not have it. Those books are everything I could find out about magic, the real kind, now that I know it's real. Yeah, isn't it great? We're gonna be witches, just like in the movies. Oh, good, you're a wild seed too. What does wild seed mean? It means your parents weren't magic, so you're like a wildflower. She holds out her hand for me to shake. Me, my family's all magical, so I always knew I'd be a witch. I'm Virginia. She has a pretty strong grip. Gunia. Pleasure to meet ya. Is it a problem being wild? I met a professor and he was sort of rude about it. Professor? Shaggy black hair, big nose. Yeah, I sort of bumped into him. Oh no. Now you'll be on Grabby's blacklist. The professor grabs girls? No, that's his name. Professor Grabiner. He hates me. He hates everybody, so it doesn't make much of a difference. Don't worry about it. Nobody cares if you're born witch or not. Not really. And everybody's scared of Grabby. He's a monster. William warned me about him. Who's William? My big brother. Well, bigger brother. He's a senior. Donald's a freshman like us. They're in the Wolf Hall. But enough about boys. What sports do you play? What do you like? I like softball, but I'm better at volleyball. Good, strong arms. Me, I prefer soccer. What about you, Gania? I guess I'm mostly best at track. I like to run. Oh, so I don't get to select... See, here's the thing. In a lot of these games, you get to select a lot of dialogue choices. And you do in this one, too. Just... it kind of restricts you on certain paths for a while. Your legs, her arms, and my fighting spirit. We're the total package. Go, horses! Are there sports teams for wizards here? Not exactly. There's bounders, but that's not a real sport. But there is a gym, and we can start our own sports team if we have to. Right, Gania? I guess? Sorry, I'm rolling you over, aren't I? I'll let you unpack. Come on, Ellen. I'll introduce you to my brothers. Huh? Oh, okay. I want to meet them too. I want to meet them too. The only wizard I've met so far was a horrible professor. I can unpack later. I hate unpacking too. I made my mom do it. Shall we? Do you still want me to come? Why wouldn't I? Come on. Virginia leads us unerringly through a maze of school hallways to one of the boys' sections. Need a hand, ladies? No, I'm just looking for... Suddenly a water balloon flies out at an open door and smacks into the side of Virginia's head. Donald! Yes! Perfect shot. The two boys exchange high fives. This is my brother Donald, the complete dork. You are gonna be in so much trouble. What are you gonna do, urchin? Tell Mom on me? She's not here. I don't have to do anything. You'll end up in detention by the end of the week just by being you. Look at me, I'm all wet. Well, you're a witch now, right? Magic yourself dry. Come on, Luke. Donald returns to his room, followed by the other boy, who bumps into the door frame briefly on his way out of sight. V, is that you? Hey, V, all moved in? Jesus, that's an effeminate boy. You wet? I don't think you should be asking her that, bruh. Thanks to Donald, his new best friend. Oh, that's totally out of context. Aw, poor thing. Here, let me. He holds out his hand, and a gust of hot air blows through the corridor, melting away the droplets of water that clung to Virginia's hair. Are you gonna introduce us? Right, guys, this is William, my good brother. Virginia grabs Ellen's hand and drags her forward. And these are my new roommates, Ellen and Gania. It's a pleasure to meet you. You too. You keep an eye on V now. She's a little scamp, she'll get you into trouble. Is that your nickname, V? No, that's just what William calls me, which is better than what Donald calls me. I use my whole name, it's not that long. You kids should probably run along. Freshman orientation is tomorrow, and you'll have a busy week ahead of you. Not to mention initiation. Initiation? You'll find out. I suppose he's right. We should get back to our room. I still have to unpack. Tomorrow we start learning magic! Well, okay. At 9 a.m. Monday morning, all freshmen are gathered in the gymnasium wearing capes and robes, just like me, but they're not completely like me. One boy has furry ears and a long tail. One girl has glittering wings. That girl looks like a vampire. Is that what it means to be a born witch? Being something other than human? Virginia looks normal, but she could be hiding something under her robes. It's just silly. You should check! The muttering and shuffling of students drops off as someone steps up to the podium. Hello, my little flower buds. Welcome to Iris Academy. I'm fucking old and gross looking. I start to applaud, but freeze as I realize that no one else is. Then Virginia, beside me, picks up the clapping loudly. Soon the whole room is cheering. The witch holds up her hands, and the room settles back into silence. My name is Professor Potsdam, and I will be one of your instructors in the ways of magic. For some of you, this is the beginning of an adventure such as you never imagined. For others, this is only the next step in a journey you've expecting all your lives. At Iris Academy, we teach spelling using the pentachromatic system. Okay. Red magic is forceful, but not necessarily violent. Blue is the color of transformation and change. Green is the color of life in the world of plants and animals. White magic affects the mind and spirit, and black magic is contained within physical objects. Your palette should contain at least a few dabs of every magical color, but a beautiful painting doesn't need every shade. It's style that matters. You all have different strengths, different talents. Here at Iris Academy, we embrace that diversity and tailor your education to your needs. Choose your schedule to focus your personal talents. Don't try to become a reflection of your classmates. Follow your own star, wherever it may lead you. That is the way in which you are all alike. You each have your own future, and I know you'll make us proud. Her starry-eyed way of speaking reminds me a little bit of my old school's guidance counselor, but she certainly seems nicer than Professor Graviter. I wonder which class she teaches. You've been divided into halls to help you make friends with classmates who share similar interests. For the girls, we have the adventurous horses, the charming butterflies, and the mysterious snakes. Each group claps as their name is called. The horse is louder than the others, or perhaps that's just because I'm sitting with more of them. For the boys, we have the daring wolves, the elegant falcons, and the eldritch toads. Eldritch toads. Jesus. I'm not sure what eldritch means, but toads sound even worse than snakes. I hope you'll all become good friends, not just in each hall, and not just in your year, but throughout the whole academy. But most importantly, I hope you'll get to know and trust your roommates, so that by the end of the year, you're able to work as a team for your final exams. And I know you're looking forward to your final exams. Yes? That face. The audience predictably groans. For testing purposes, your instructors will regularly set your practical challenges in the school dungeons. The school has dungeons? Each task has possible solutions. You will need to make creative use of the spells you have chosen to learn, so think ahead about what might be useful and how. That's one cool aspect of this game. The dungeons are very open. It's not really visual novel style, even though most of the game is. And you can learn a wide variety of magic that will let you approach problems from different angles, which is kind of cool. Okay, are you all ready for magic? Open up your diaries and begin penciling in your schedule. I need to choose which classes to attend this week. There are classes for each kind of magic plus general studying, which sounds boring, and gym class, which I've always liked. I can also schedule free time to relax and unwind. For most of my life, my classes have been planned out for me by school. It wasn't until last year that I got to make choices at all: Cantonese, French, or Spanish, physics, chemistry, or biology. Still, everyone has had the same number of classes, and they all started and ended at the same time. You couldn't get out of it. If I can choose whatever schedule I want here, what would happen if I never went to class at all? Would they really let me get away with that? What should I do this week? Alright. So, I have no stress, so I'm gonna stress the fuck out of myself. It's a good idea to learn a little bit of everything, to be completely honest. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll do that for now. Activity, Red Magic. Oh, this is one of his classes. Get to your seats, hurry up, no chatter. In this class, carelessness might cost you your fingers. He wouldn't really cut off students' fingers, would he? Here you'll be learning the seductive art of red magic, the evocation and control of energy. With this power you might summon a breeze, light a fire, or call a distant object to hand. I say that is seductive not because of the power itself, but because of simple minds prefer simple solutions. Blast your enemies with lightning, tear buildings apart with earthquakes, let the world around you burn! Fall victim to such vulgar fantasies, and you leave yourself vulnerable to those capable of creative thought. There are many approaches that direct force cannot defend against. He snaps his fingers in the air. One inattentive moment, and you lose control of the forces you have summoned. After that, you will only be remembered as an unpleasant stain on the walls. He rubs his hands together and gives a nasty smile. Now for your lessons. Success. Gain 3 magic skill, 3 stress. Okay. Blue magic. Oh, this is one of his classes. Mill about all you like. It's your own time you're wasting. I have no objections to failing the lot of you at the next exam. A flurry of robes as students scramble for the seats. Here you will be learning the subtle art of blue magic. At least some of you will. I thoroughly expect this subject to go over some of your heads. Blue is the color of change, that is, altering what is already there, not creating, not destroying. It is commonly used in conjunction with other magical styles in order to perform alchemic transmutations and other alterations of essence. Blue magic can also be used to change the effects of an existing spell, to cast or dispel illusions, or to change locations without movement through intervening space. For a skilled blue magician, reality is fluid, all things can be changed, yet few minds are capable of grasping the true range of possibilities. We'll see what you're worth. Yeah, I'm not getting a whole lot out of it. I think I need to study to actually get more out of it. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. When I arrive at the classroom, I find Professor Potsdam standing by the chalkboard. Hello, little seedlings. Please take your seats. Today you're going to learn about green magic, the magic of life. This is a very important skill for any witch or wizard to have, especially when you get to be a certain age. Your body is a garden to be cared for. Then you need to plow. With proper tending, it could last you for centuries. Slowly, carefully, you must encourage your subjects to grow in the direction you prefer. Be patient, and the rose vines will lose their thorns and twine around you. One of the students makes a scoffing noise. If it can heal, it can kill. What happens if you force something to grow the wrong way quickly? Why would you want to do that? Because you don't like the life in front of you. Well, if that's your plan, I can look forward to working with you for a very long time. Life has its own flow. You can change it, but the harder you push, the more energy you need. To cause a great change in an instant takes immense power. So you better get started. Yeah, 1 and 1. So I'm doing better with red magic than anything so far. I arrive in the classroom feeling slightly apprehensive. Black magic? Will there be zombies? Good morning. Has everyone got a smock or an apron? There are plenty in the back. Aprons? What are we going to do with those? For those of you new to our magical traditions, I should reassure you that black magic has nothing to do with death or evil. There's no such thing as evil magic, there's only magic. The bad and the good come from how you choose to use it. Black is the color of weight, solidity, and permanence. Black magic is the magic of enchantment in physical form. All wands and things that are created... all wands and things like that are created with black magic. This does not mean that cursed items are enchanted with black magic as well. That might be how people got the wrong idea. A pale girl with dark hair raises her hand. Yes, Raven. Since you're enchanting matter and bones are matter, you could use black magic to animate a skeleton, right? That's an interesting question. You could enchant a skeleton to hold a spell or react in some way. You could set a skull to chatter its jaw when anyone came near, like an alarm. But to make something that could walk around and act on its own, you'd need to bind a spirit to it, and that calls for another kind of magic. We will get to combine techniques later in the year. Now, one of the easiest ways to infuse magic into physical substance is to mix things together in liquids, potions, and that's what we'll be starting with. Always remember to wear a smock or apron. Potion stains can ruin your uniform. Okay, so I'm a little better with black magic, but it's mostly red magic that I'm good at. White magic. When I arrive at the classroom, I find Professor Potsdam standing by the chalkboard. Good morning, Starshines. You'll need to sit down before we can start, but take your time. Relax, get comfortable. That's very important when working with this particular style of magic. Taking her at her word, I yawn and stretch before I settle into my seat. To some people, white is the absence of color, a blank canvas. In the non-magical world, white is the complete spectrum, all colors combined into one. In some ways, you can think of white magic as either of these things. White magic is the tool you use to access the spiritual realm. Ghosts, dreams, creatures from other planes, the thoughts of those around you. With white magic, you can experience and communicate with things that are normally hidden. There is one thing I need to warn you about. Some people have tried to use white magic to control minds and spirits instead of asking for their aid. Don't do it. You will regret it. Now, shall we go on with the lesson? What sort of warning is that? Does she mean that it won't work, or that we'll be expelled or arrested, or our brains remote, or what? Maybe she'll tell us more later. Probably not. Okay, so red and white magic I'm doing well in. Black I could be doing better, and blue and green I suck at. After dinner, I'm walking back to my room when I notice the door is already open. I peek through the gap to see who's inside. It's Ellen. She's folding up some clothes, probably putting her laundry away. Wait a minute, that's Virginia's dresser she's opening. Why is Ellen rummaging through our roommate's stuff? I haven't made a sound. She doesn't know I'm here yet. I'm gonna ask what she's doing. You want to know something? Why not just ask? What are you doing? Ah! Sorry, I didn't see you there. Just tidying up a little. Yeah, but isn't that Virginia's stuff? Yes. Why are you tidying up her things? Because she doesn't do it herself. She's making you her maid? No. At this point, Virginia returns to our shared room. Hey, you guys, what's up? Why are you making poor Ellen as your slave? Huh? She's not! Just, what is going on here? I shake my head. I think I'm obviously confused about something. She saw me putting away some of your clothes. Oh, it was you that's been doing that. I'm sorry, I just hate messy rooms. No, it's my fault. I'm not very good at picking up after myself. Mom always does it for me at home. Still, I didn't think it was too bad yet. We've only been here a week. I hate leaving things out of place. It makes me feel nervous. I don't know if I can make things perfect all the time. We all have to live together for a year without driving each other crazy. How can we work this out? Let's see. Ellen should teach Virginia. Now, you said you didn't know if you could keep things clean, but that's probably because you don't know how. If Ellen teaches you how to clean a room properly and gives you reminders, I'm sure you can do it. I suppose. It's not a perfect compromise, but it's hard to reach a perfect agreement between three people. Fuck. Oh well, that's okay. I'm awake. Hey, stop it. I'm awakened early on Saturday morning by a tap at the door, followed by a faint hissing sound. What's going on? I stumble out of bed to find that 3 envelopes have been pushed under the door to our room, each marked with one of our names. Hey, money's here! Each envelope contains $5, the weekly spending allowance for Iris Academy students. Woohoo, a whole fucking $5. If it's our money, why can't they just give it to us all at once? I guess they don't trust us not to spend it all at once and then run out and complain. Well, that might teach people to plan ahead. This way still teaches people to plan ahead. If you want to buy something really cool, you gotta save up. But you're missing the important part. It's Saturday, and that means a trip to the mall. I didn't think you were a shopaholic. I'm not, but it's great to get out and look at something other than school for a while, isn't it? Also, they have ice cream, and penny candy, and really big cinnamon cookies, and we get the idea. Since I've been there before, I can show you guys around. What about studying? You have plenty of time for that during the week, right, Gunia? You know what? I'm going to go with him this time, because I want to continue good roommate relations. Sure, I'd love to go to the mall with you. Great, Ellen? I guess it's okay, but you ought to have a good breakfast before you look at ice cream. Yes, Mother. Students are lining up outside the school, waiting for a free seat in one of the shuttle vans that travel between here and the local shopping center. Come on, we can ride together. Wait a minute! What is it? We're still in uniform. So? Won't people stare at us because we're all wearing capes? Nah. Just act natural, it's no big deal. But it's nowhere near Halloween. Since the teachers aren't saying anything, I suppose this is what we're supposed to do. The mall is not very large or very crowded. At least where I'm standing, witches and wizards easily outnumber shoppers in ordinary clothes, but no one reacts to the sight. I guess if students come here all the time, they get used to it? Okay, that place does coffee and pastries, they have fresh fruit, that one does baked potatoes, there's a gift shop, there's the cafe. Are all these stores magical? No, there's only one magic shop here, they sell wands and stuff. I'm going to get a chocolate croissant. What about you? Let's just window shop. I wander in and out of various stores. Not a very big mall, but there are books, clothes, music, and toys, so I keep myself entertained for a few hours. Stress lower, that's what I was looking for. Playing games at the arcade probably would have lowered it more, but you know. On Sunday morning, I sleep in. There aren't any school activities today that I know of, and I haven't made plans with anyone, so there's nothing else to do. Which just makes me realize I miss my family. I'm not used to being completely out of contact like this. There aren't even any phones in the dorm, so I can't call home. Dad promised he and Mom would write, but I haven't received anything. Maybe they were too busy on the first day, or the mail was slow. I'm sure I'll hear from them soon. No, you won't. No phones, no computers, no television. It doesn't matter much during the week when I'm busy with classes, but on a day like today, it makes me restless. I think I'll go outside. It's a beautiful campus. I'm careful to stop when I want to admire something rather than keep walking and risk another collision. But while the flowers and paved walkways are nice, what I'm really looking for is something a little more open. I follow the paths away from the main buildings toward grassy fields. We could play games out here if we borrowed some balls from the gym. I wonder if Virginia was serious about starting a sports team. Hey, I think I see her up ahead. She's talking to someone I don't know. I hurry to catch up. Mostly girls again this year, is it? Yeah, both my roommates are. I pause in mid-step. What is she talking about, me and Ellen? That could be a problem eventually. Ellen and I both had it wild at magic. Is that the problem? Well, maybe more of us should drop out. The other way could be more fun. Maybe for you it would. The wing girl laughs. What on earth are they talking about? This is silly. Spies never hear anything nice. I have no idea what they're discussing. I shouldn't try to figure it out. I'll only come up with some crazy stuff. I'm just gonna walk away. Okay. That didn't de-stress? Alright, whatever. At the end of the week, I get the chance to organize my thoughts and my belongings, as well as review the spells I've learned so far. Alright! So let's see. Nothing in my inventory. Diary. Okay, so you can check up on different stuff. Didn't really learn anything so much as just started. Yeah, and you can kind of review different stuff. Alright, let's go. Assembly. Once again, we're called to the gymnasium first thing Monday morning. Only this time, there are even more people here. Is this a meeting for the whole school? What for? I asked Virginia if she knew what this is about, but she just grinned and said she couldn't tell me. Someone steps up to the podium, but it's not a teacher. Good morning, everyone! My name is William Danson, and I am your incoming senior class president. But for next week, half of you will be calling me Sir William. Welcome to Freshman Initiation. A magical initiation ritual? Before we start, I am required to give you some safety information. Nothing that happens this week should cause you physical harm. If you are ordered to do something dangerous or that you know is wrong, please go to a teacher immediately. Now, all you freshmen, please line up, one at a time, come up on stage and announce your name and where you come from. and receive one of our initiation handbooks. Okay. Students dutifully shuffle along, announcing themselves one by one. Some of them I've already met, some names are new. Suki Sato, Jamal Mir, Pastel Rao, Luke and Logan Pfeiffer. Then it's my turn. After I state my name, William hands me a stapled-together booklet. Inside are a bunch of rules and a list of all members of the senior class, complete with black and white pictures and full names. According to this, we're required to memorize the names of all the seniors, and throughout the week we have to address them as Sir or Lady whatever. And there's more. We have to memorize a silly poem and recite it on command. We must never show our backs to a senior. We must never be taller than a senior. We must always respond to requests with... Wait, William's at the podium again. Now, as well as serving and honoring the entire senior class, each one of you will become the property of one particular senior. Your senior is your master, your best friend, your worst nightmare, and your only protection from the rest of us. Stand and wait and we will choose. Well, it's a bullying school. How about that? He steps away from the podium, and while we freshmen look at each other nervously, the seniors started to move around the room, poking and prodding and calling out orders. You're taller than me, freshman! Get down on the ground! Don't turn away from me, freshman! I see your back! Elle and I ended up kneeling back to back and watching as the sharks circle. You! I look up to see a strange boy standing over me. Very strange. Well, I could have told you that. Jesus Christ, he looks like a fucking drowned child or some shit. What the fuck? Is he one of the guys that went ahead? Oh my god, I just went ahead and skipped that, didn't I? Jesus. I was gonna say, he looks like one of the characters from Maniac Mansion, but anyway. According to the list of seniors, his name is Damian Ramsey. But what is he? Gunia Sajia. I think you should be mine. Okay. Stand up. But then I might be taller. It's alright, you're with me. You don't have to worry about the rules if I'm with you. Only what I say matters. Here, take my hand, I'll help you up. I take his hand. With Damien's help, I climb to my feet. Come on, I'll walk you to the door. You need to stay by me until you're out of sight of the other seniors. Then you can plan the rest of your week in peace. What happens for the rest of the week? More of the same, mostly. They'll boss you around when they see you and make you say embarrassing things, and on Friday everyone hugs and makes up. Don't let it distract you too much from your studies. You need to learn if you're going to keep up. I suggest learning blue magic this week. Is that an order, sir? Just a suggestion. When I give you an order, you'll know. I will turn up again to give you some instructions later in the week. I wouldn't be doing a very good job, my job properly if I didn't at least give you a little bit of a hard time. I'm also trying to remember how much stress you can accumulate before you start fucking up in your studies, too. I don't remember. It's a good thing this isn't like true love where your stats will go down whenever you don't apply to them. That always annoys me. He grins and brushes the back of his hand against my cheek. Good luck, Ania. Oh yeah, and the cute and weird stats are very strange and hard to improve. With a wave, he leaves me on my own. So what should I do this week? Okay, well, he said blue magic, so let's do this. First, we're gonna study. Blue magic. Strength! Blue magic. You know what? No, blue magic here, and then, yeah, study here. That'll work. If I remember correctly, the strong also affects, different physical things that can happen in the dungeon as well as your hit points. Yes, hit points, because you can die. So, yeah. If my stress gets too high and I start making mistakes, I could always sleep, but you know. Alright. Studying. Gain 1 smart, 2 stress. Okay. I'm walking back to my room when I hear someone yelling up ahead. Lower, freshman! Yes, Lady Angela. Ellen bends her knees, but the older girl follows suit. You're still too tall. Lower! Poor Ellen tries to make herself even smaller. If that senior notices me, she'll just start yelling at me too. I can't make her stop, but I feel like I ought to do something. Hey, leave her alone! Is she yours? She's a horse, and this is our hall. You go on now. Whatever. Sorry about that, kids. People ought to be safe in dorms and classes so they can get their schoolwork done. I know I'm not your senior, but if you really need help dealing with the others, just let me know. Thanks. The older girl nods and goes back to her room, and I come out of hiding. Are you okay? What? I'm fine. Everything's fine. Really? Sure. I follow Ellen into our room. Hey guys, how's initiation so far? I'm not sure what the point is. It's a bonding experience. How else would you know that you'd grown up and become a real witch? By casting spells? Whatever. So who'd you guys get for your seniors? I got Balthasar Brundrick. He likes plants. He really likes plants. I think he's got moss growing on him. Your brother William. Oh, that's great. He'll be good to you. What about you, Gania? Damian Ramsey. Oh, no. What do you mean, oh, no? He's evil. What? What's so bad about him? Look at him. He's a demon. There are actual evil demons like in stories? Probably. There are a lot of creatures in the other world. What's the other world? Anywhere that's not Earth. Ask one of the professors, they can explain it better. But if he's only probably a demon... Well, look, he's obviously not full human, right? He's not a wild seed like you. But when he first turned up to school back when William was a freshman, nobody had ever heard of him before. So if he's from a magical family, how come nobody knows about them? All magical families know each other? Well, it's not like everybody knows everybody, but everybody knows somebody if you go back far enough. Most of the people in our year born magical... I've met sometime, even if I don't know them that well. Or my dad knows their aunt, or... okay, whatever. Like that winged girl, Pastel. Yeah, her dad was a sylph. See, everybody knows something about her and her mother, but nobody knew that guy, and he's blue. How is that possible? Also, William doesn't like him, so I don't like him. It all sound vaguely mysterious, but there's no proof that there's anything evil about Damien. Well, as long as he's nice to you, it's alright, right? Yeah, I guess. I'm hurrying across the campus first thing in the morning when I spot Damien leaning against a wall. Well, hello there, Gania. Hi, sorry, I can't talk right now. What's the matter? Big Steve said I had to get him coffee right now. Well, he sort of growled it, really. Who do you belong to? Me or Big Steve? Well, you, but... Then I think you and I have time to talk. Don't worry, I won't bite. It's just that I've been thinking about you. As your senior, I'm supposed to give you commands so that I can demonstrate your obedience. I have to make you do things you wouldn't want to do. But I don't want to do anything that would hurt or upset you in front of people. Oh, well thanks. So I thought of something else. Something you could do that no one else would have to know about. Our little secret. Yeah, let me just undo these pants here. Like... I want you to write me a love letter. What? An extremely romantic love letter. I want you to proclaim your undying passion in words, with hearts and flowers, and sealed with a kiss. See? You're embarrassed. That makes it a good challenge for your initiation, and a good souvenir for me, too. I always wanted someone to write me a love letter. So you'll do it, right, freshman? I'll do it. Good girl. Hand it to me by midnight, your task is complete. Make sure it's juicy! Better hurry and get Steve's coffee now. Right! We head off on our own separate ways. Okay. So... oh, good. See, I got 2 instead of 1 this time. So that's a little better because of the studying. Not a whole lot better, but yeah. I'm sitting at my desk, staring at a blank piece of paper and tapping my pencil absently. Could you stop that? It's a slightly annoying sound. Sorry. I flatten my hands on the desk surface and try to keep from fidgeting and sigh. Are you doing homework? No, I'm trying to write a stupid love letter. A love letter? Not a real one. It's for initiation. I'm supposed to write a really romantic love letter. But I have no idea what to say. Oh. Well, maybe you should just quote Shakespeare. Sonnets are... sonnets? Sonnets are romantic. I don't think that counts as writing. Sorry, I was never very good at creative writing. Oh, I have an idea. You don't have to have a... you don't have to copy a famous poem exactly, but they can still give you suggestions. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely, more temperate. So compare him to something unusual. Let's see. Well, that's kind of gross, but yeah, his voice is like butter. I think of butter when I think of your voice, because it's warm and soft and goes all melty. Yeah, I think if you do the like knives, then it gives you a weird thing. That's sweet. Good start. If you were butter on a table with bread basket, lots of people wouldn't want to take bits of you, but I want to keep all the butter for myself because it's delicious. Butter gets all over my fingers and makes them slippery, and when I lick, oh, yeah, that's my face right now. I'm not sure how to finish that sentence. I think you've said enough already. Are you sure? Well, I suppose you could finish it with, I'm thinking of you. Okay. I look at what I've written and frown. I don't think I have a very good love letter handwriting, though, and I don't have any cutesy stationery. I do. I could copy it over to you if you want. Oh, really? Thanks. I hand her my scribbled version and she produces a small pad of pink paper decorated with flowers. It's supposed to be sealed with a kiss. Do you think you'll know if I don't? I don't know. There might be a spell for it. Guess I have to, then. Ellen copies my love letter, and I fold it carefully and kiss the center of the folded paper. I do not want a paper cut on my lip. Now I can deliver this thing and forget about it. Jim! Taking Jim? Wow, that's not very much, is it? Okay. Maybe it gets better over time. I don't know. It's possible. Studied more. Okay. Here's someone outside. Sounds like someone's crying. Ellen? What's wrong? Was one of those seniors picking on you again? That letter, the love letter I helped you write, somebody gave it to Professor Grabiner. And then he did this spell to find out who wrote it and blamed me and wouldn't listen, so now I have detention, and I've never had detention in my life, and what? How could that letter get to the professor? I gave it to Damien. I reach out and give Ellen a quick hug. It'll be okay. I'm gonna find out what's going on. I stomp through the halls, driven by fires of righteous fury. Even the seniors I pass on my way don't dare challenge me. Falcon Hall, home of the pretty boys. He must be around here somewhere. Damien! It's my favorite freshman looking for me. I jab my finger into his chest. You gave my love letter to Professor Grabiner. He read it out in front of everyone, and then he did a spell to see who wrote it, and now my roommate's got detention. Your roommate? She has better handwriting than me, so she rewrote it on pink paper to make it look cute. She did me a favor, and now she's being punished for it. I hope you're happy. That wasn't supposed to happen. Oh, Gania, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have been bragging. That's what started this. Wait, what? I was telling some of the guys how I'd made my freshmen write this letter for me. I was showing off. They thought it was funny, the very idea of a girl writing a love letter to someone like me. When I was at class yesterday, someone broke into my room and stole the letter. Oh. I thought they were only going to use it to tease me. I never imagined they would try to use it against you. And I had no idea your roommate was involved. Well, I'm not going to let them have the last laugh. Come on, Gania. First I'm going to apologize to your roommate in person, then I'll go to Professor Grabiner. If someone gets detention for this, it should be me. He grabs my hand and pulls me along the corridor, slightly roughly. He looks a bit scary when he's mad, but I bet I did too. I know just how he feels. It's so unfair when mean people hurt the innocents for no reason. When we reach Horse Hall, I detach myself from his grip. Let me go and fetch her. I don't think she'd react well if you suddenly barged into our room. He sighs. Of course. Not because you're a demon. Just because she's upset right now. You're right, I'm sorry. I'll wait. I enter the room. Ellen is sitting on her bed with an odd expression on her face. Ellen? Damien's here to apologize. Some bully stole his love letter to pick on him. He said he'll go right to the professor and explain. That's alright, he doesn't have to. What? William already did. He came to check on me and I told him the whole story, and he's class president, you know, and he said he could fix this. Oh. He's very sweet. So will you talk to Damien? He feels really horrible about what happened. And I yelled at him too, so I feel kinda guilty. Okay. She goes outside to talk to Damien. So her senior already rode to her rescue. Well, I guess that's good. The important thing is that it got sorted out. Yay! It's not until after I wake up on Friday morning that I realize something very important, which should have occurred to me before now. Virginia! Psst, Virginia, wake up! What? It's Friday the 13th! So? Are there any special rituals we need to do, or not do, or protect us from magical bad luck? Oh. No, Friday the 13th is good luck when you're a witch. Oh. So it's a good omen that our initiation finishes today. Now, let me finish sleeping. She pulls the covers over her head. Man, it's still taking a while. Gonna have to keep on working on my smirts. After the day's activities, we're all called together into the gym again. Just freshmen at first, standing together in a confused heart and whispering about the crazy tasks we've done all this week. Then we hear sounds of heavy footsteps, marching in union. Bow down, look up, you're too tall, don't turn your back to me, lower! Lower! After a few minutes, we're all lying flat on our backs on the floor. And that's when William takes the stage. Welcome, freshmen. It's time for the final phase of your initiation. Karina will be passing out blindfolds. Please put them on. A long-haired girl from Snake Hall tiptoes around the room, delicately placing a strip of dark fabric in the hands of each freshman. Freshman. Jeez. Blindfolded? What are they planning to do with us? Well, everyone else is doing it. Okay, now I can't see and I have no idea what's going on. I hear people moving around, whispering. One or two giggles. I wait. Eventually, I feel a hand touching my shoulder. Sit up, carefully. Now, on your feet. I stand up with unseen hands under my elbows, steadying me. Then one of those hands pushes me. Hey! Round and round and round she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows! I feel myself spun around, passed from hand to hand. Stop! They hold me, swaying in place. For your own safety, do exactly what I tell you. Walk forward, slowly. That voice sounds familiar. Oh, whatever, I'll play along. I follow the instructions of the voices and try to guess where I'm going. Through the buildings, out a door, across the grounds. Step up. Up? Careful now, don't hit your head. I feel a hand on top of my head, guiding me into a van? Sit down, I'll strap you in. I can hear other people being guided into the remaining seats, so okay, we're going for a drive. To the mall, to a cave, to the hotel, to a secret underground temple. At last we arrive, and are carefully ushered out of the car. Surprise! Ah. What? Initiation is over! Now it's time for the party. Groups of students lounge around by the lakeside, seniors and freshmen mingling freely. Long tables grown under watermelons, punch bowls, and chafing dishes. Chaffing dishes? Something. There's soda and barbecue and games, and presents from seniors to the freshmen. You bought me a present? Actually, we were supposed to make them, but I've never been very good at that sort of thing. So, here. He hands me a small box. Inside I find... butter? And you don't have to share it with anyone. I giggle. He smiles at me and seems so perfectly happy that I can't imagine anyone would ever think of him as an evil demon. Come, let's go enjoy the party. It's just getting started. Alright. Everybody's here. This would be a good chance to get my roommates to meet Damien and see that he's not a bad guy. But if that backfired and they said something mean to him, it could spoil the party. What should I do? You know what? Let's introduce him to... Well, technically you wouldn't be introducing him to Ellen. Let's go for the throat. Oh, you should meet my roommates. Are you sure? They're nice, you'll like them. I hope. I spot Virginia in the crowd, actually. I spot her senior, who's pretty hard to miss, and then Virginia beside him, and start to lead Damien in their direction. Virginia's a born witch, so she's really helpful telling me and Ellen things about the school and traditions and stuff. Right through my begonias, but if you take some tea and rancid yak butter... Hello, Gania! She grabs at my hand. Isn't this a great party? And then she notices Damien. Oh, your senior. Virginia, this is Damien. Damien, my roommate, Virginia. William's sister. That's right. And I assume you guys already know each other. Balthasar. Damien. Good week. It's alright. Balthasar here was just telling me about his begonias. Why don't you two talk about that while Gania and I go get some food? But, you know how much I love dessert. Alright, let's go with Virginia. That's true. Come on. She tugs me away from the guys and off toward the refreshment table. I thought I'd never get away. It wasn't very nice. I wanted you and Damien to make friends. If he keeps Balthasar occupied so I don't have to hear anything more about gardening today, I owe him a favor. I'll even give him cookies. I suppose. Do you know what he gave me as a present? Mushroom spores. Well, you could use them to grow a snack? I hate mushrooms. Come on, there's food and games and we can even go swimming. Let's have some fun. And so we spend the afternoon having a good time together. Alright. On Saturday morning, I wake up to find envelopes under the door again, our allowances, and one extra! My parents finally wrote to me. I open up the envelope intending to skim through it quickly, but it turns out there's not much to skim through. They send their love and hope I'm having fun at boarding school. That's it. No mention of what they've been doing, no questions about any friends I've made, not even questions about magic. How can they not ask about magic? Before I got here, I had no idea that was possible. There was only that brief moment of magic back when I was 13, before the officials came to turn off the power and gave me the choice. For 3 years, I've had to wait and wonder. And now I'm finally starting to discover this entire world of possibilities. They don't even ask. Maybe they don't want to bother me in case I'm busy, or they figure I'll tell them what I want to tell them. I still haven't written. I'm so bad. I will write them a letter. Tomorrow. Really. But for today, I have to decide whether or not to go out. Alright. So, I think we'll go ahead and cut it here. Alright. Yeah, it's a pretty slow game, but I'll be completely honest. It's quite a bit more than just a visual novel. And you know, whenever I first started playing, I was like, okay, so what? It's just a visual novel where there's a couple of choices here and there. Well, if you don't keep up your studies, you get demerits, and eventually you get expelled. If you focus too hard on one magic, you can get demerits and expelled. There's a sense of balance, and then there's also you can manage a romantic relationship. If you play your cards right, you become class president. There's a shitload of different things that can happen in the game. And even though once you choose a path, it's a long path before you can make another choice, it's still really interesting how a lot of stuff plays out. The writing's actually pretty good. You know, it's actually, in my opinion, genuine. And by that I mean that it's got good dialogue, good characters, good plot and story overall. It's basic at times, sure, but it's interesting all the little things you can do, all the little branches that you can go through. So I don't know. It's one of those games that it's fun, and it's fun to play and fun to just see all the little stuff you can do in it. You know. But well, anyway, I certainly hope you've enjoyed. As always, this is your host Gunsage, and we were playing Magical Diary. You stay awesome. Hey guys, thank you once again for watching. You stay awesome. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos just like this one.